Hello Clash fans, Trample Damage coming at you today with a couple of really great Town Hall 9 Golem based attacks that we had in a recent clan war. And there are 4 possible reasons why you might want to stick around to watch this. One is you're Town Hall 9 and you want to learn some cool Golem based attacks. 2, you are not yet Town Hall 9 but want to see how some of this really cool stuff, Giant Barge Whiz, never mind. You want to see how some of these cool attacks work in preparation for being Town Hall 9. Or, number 3, you are somebody higher than a Town Hall 9 who wants to see some of these strategies and think about how to apply them to higher Town Halls. Or, number 4, you just think I'm really great and want to spend a few minutes listening to me talk about stuff because the sound of my voice is mesmerizing. So we actually just finished a clan war that we won by 1 point, and I would love to take credit for us having a brilliant showing, but the only reason that we won is because these guys didn't attack our Town Hall 7 that was number 27 here, and they actually had a bunch of people who skipped some attacks. So I don't know, we just got really lucky. We had a lot of trouble hitting their number 7 base. You can see here, like, my Doctor base got 1 and 2, my Trample Damage base got 5 and 6, my Jane Eyre base got 3 and 4, Jane Eyre got 5 and 6. These are the 2 that we left hanging. We had 4 attempts at this one and never got better than a 1-star, so we lucked out on that one. But that is not the war we're going to take a look at. We're going to take a look at our war against Wreck, which I'm assuming is short for request. So we're going to take a look at these 2 different attacks that we made here and walk you through the general strategy, and they both wind up having a similar beginning to them, the way that they work with funneling the golems and then using those golems to get the rest of your troops in toward the core. So, of course, if you like the video, I always appreciate comments down below. Let me know other content you're interested in seeing. Check me out on TikTok. I had said in one of my last videos I was going to try and make a Twitter account, which I created one, but I haven't done anything with it, so you can find me on Twitter. I'll probably put the hashtag or @ whatever it is. I need to learn my Twitter terminology. So this attack here is a very classic older attack. This works well, very well, at Town Halls 8, 9, and 10. It is actually still viable all the way up to Town Hall 13, although I've never used a traditional GoWiPe army on a Town Hall 14. Maybe that'll be something fun to do. The idea here is you use a couple of golems to create some pathing, where you use wizards then to get rid of external buildings. Here you can see we start a wizard, and then we bring in a golem here, and I will tell you, check the range before you attack, because it's clear that barring a hidden Tesla popping up, this wizard would have been able to get that builder hut and start working on this elixir collector prior to having to deploy the golem, which means you save hit points on the golem. Don't always assume you have to deploy the golems first. Over here, because these cannons would kill wizards who got in range of destroying the gold mine, you do need to deploy the golem first. So deployed the golem and a couple of wizards. I went and quaked open the center part of the base. The idea here being I'm going to be able to get into all of these buildings here, and because of the way that this base is laid out, I can get to all of this stuff from that earthquake. And then I'm relying on my ranged troops because these buildings are close enough. I'm relying on my ranged troops and the power of P.E.K.K.A.s to be able to get to crack through those walls and get some of those other buildings out of the way. So I had 3 golems, one that went straight in toward the middle here, and another one coming in from the side to provide some additional cover for wizards that I am putting here. Now what you can see is I put 1 wizard on each of these buildings, and then these ones are intending to go after this army camp and go in. The idea is we don't want external buildings to pull my heroes to the outside. Now the clan castle troops were triggered by that golem on his way in, and I don't actually mind having bowlers run around the outside because they do get some decent power and they can actually take out some stuff. I should have put my clan castle troops a little bit over to the right, but I was nervous that they would get pulled by these buildings and stay on the outside, so I tried to go here thinking the wizards would clear these out and the bowlers would head in toward the core, but they didn't. They take a lap, but it's not a problem because we did get most of our wizards along with both heroes and some golems to go inside. So a rage is very good heading in here because I want to be able to power through those clan castle troops, power through enemy heroes, and now I've got my king working the inside. I have 3 P.E.K.K.A.s working as a team, which is not always great because you can have time issues. Queen had to pop her ability a little bit early, and we're going to have to wait to come back on those buildings till the end. Meanwhile, the king and the P.E.K.K.A.s and the golems are just wrecking things on the inside, and I've got bowlers and a wizard destroying some of these buildings on the outside. Now, the nice thing is these golems are tanking these Teslas, so instead of the Teslas shooting at these bowlers or at the wizards, they're shooting at the golems, allowing the wizards to come in from behind. And that's the whole purpose of having having the golems there. They're to distract those defenses so that your wizards, your P.E.K.K.A.s, your heroes, and in this case clan castle pullers can continue to destroy stuff. Now you see that I still have 7 archers and 2 wizards, and they are for cleanup. Right over here the defenses were already removed, so I go ahead and put a wizard in to start cleaning up. These archer towers and cannons are focused on the golems, so now I'm deploying the wizards and the archers around the top here to be able to start taking those out, because you don't want to leave it just to your P.E.K.K.A.s. You will run out of time. You have to be able to spread out some archers and some wizards to help clean things up. At this point, it's a foregone conclusion, as there are only a few defenses left, along with a pair of P.E.K.K.A.s running around in there and some air cover, in a sense that we can shoot over the walls from these bowlers and these wizards. Final builder hut in the corner, and presto, we take the base down. It's a pretty straightforward strategy. You use golems to tank for wizards, who then create a nice funnel by destroying external buildings. I do prefer personally to use most base layouts. I do prefer to use a quad quake to crack open the base, as opposed to using 2 jump spells or even 1 jump spell and some wall breakers, but those are definitely some options as well. This one here, we're going to do something very similar, but instead of sending in a couple of P.E.K.K.A.s with the heroes, we're going to be sending in only 2 golems, because we really want to create a nice funnel, and we're going to put 6 Valkyries in there along with the heroes. Now in this instance here, you have to be very careful about clan castle troops. You have to make sure you draw and kill them, because we're going to be using hog riders on the back end, which cannot shoot air troops, and Valkyries and golems as a part of the kill squad, which again do not shoot air troops. You have to be careful. I did bring some wall breakers, and I want to show you very briefly here the idea behind getting these wall breakers in. Wizard towers are a nightmare for wall breakers. You have to be very careful. If you get tanking troops like golems sitting in front of these point defenses, the wall breakers will make it through no problem. Now normally I'd send a test wall breaker if I was going to try and pop these open, because there could be spring traps or bombs in here that could kill the wall breakers, but I planned on sending my wall breakers at these wall pieces, where I know, because this person built their base with those 2 structures, the barracks, right next to each other, I know my wall breakers can get between them, but I need to be able to get my golems down first in order to tank. So we bring a golem up top, golem down the side, quickly followed by a couple of wizards. Now you see I deployed 2 wizards on the outside, and the idea here is I'm going to then get my wall breakers into this area here, which they're about to come in, and once that is open, I'll be able to send my heroes and my Valkyries in here. We've got the clan castle troops lured already, and then I deploy my Valkyries, and because these external buildings were cleared, the Valkyries are not going to continue running around the outside, but instead they're going to head inside where this base has already been opened up, and then a jump spell there to get them deeper into the core. Now I normally will wind up using the rage spell right here to power everybody through, but I didn't feel like I necessarily needed all the extra damage at the moment, and I was debating using my rage spell on some hog riders. Then I changed my mind and said, never mind, I'm just going to go ahead and give those Valkyries and the king a little bit more help inside the, my hogs already started. I need to pause it. So basically what we've done here is created a path of defensive structure for the hog riders. They only go for defenses, so I don't have to worry about them coming after any of this stuff. And you can see, and I planned this ahead of time, knowing that the pathing was going to lead the hog riders right through here, they are naturally going to head toward these buildings. Now it's possible some hidden Teslas could have popped up here and pulled the hogs off that path, but I was venturing to guess that that wasn't going to wind up happening. And what'll happen is after the hogs take these buildings, they're naturally going to be continuing to draw toward the middle, but then all these buildings have been destroyed over here. So I go ahead and bring in the hog riders. You can see the rage spell just now coming down for the Valkyries and the king and the core to be able to deal a lot of damage. The hog riders are coming in. There are no giant bombs over there, so I'm being very cautious with my heal spells. I only have 2 heals, and I do not want to use them prematurely. I want to save them for bomb towers or giant bombs. At this point, I start getting into a little bit more damage. Hog riders are tough. I see a giant bomb. I say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and use my first heal spell. And what I don't do is I don't put the heal spell right on the giant bomb. I have it outside of the giant bomb where my hog riders are going to be, not where they are in that exact moment. And so the hog riders continue to plow through. They're taking out these defenses. The golem on the side here was still tanking, which allows those other hog riders to come in there. And I still have a heal spell left, which I figured there's 1 archer tower left over here. I'm not terribly worried about the possibility of additional giant bombs at this point. I went ahead and healed them up. And before they can get back to that archer tower, they decide to start shooting at these or going after these other buildings. Now the enemy barbarian king is of course sitting in there ready to duke it out with that golem, as my king is beating him senseless. Queen ability still has yet to trigger. I did not have a lot of opportunity for cleanup troops, but the Hog Riders are one of the best cleanup troops in the game because, of course, they are able to jump over walls. If you can get in and take out a good quarter of the base, like we did here with the kill squad, with the King and the Valkyries, you have a great opportunity to path those Hog Riders through the rest of the base and pick up an awesome and easier 3-star. So that's the video for today. 2 different types of golem strategies, one that uses P.E.K.K.A.s and wizards, one that uses Valkyries and then Hog Riders to clean up the rest of the defenses. Both of these strategies actually work incredibly well for Town Hall 8. You would just need to trim down the number of troops a little bit. So make sure to tell your clanmates to check us out. Check out my other stuff. There are playlists for every Town Hall. Check out my stuff on TikTok, and I will stop telling you guys to check stuff out. Just have a good one.